Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a while. Today I'm making a video about my bullish thesis on Dragonfly energy, and I want to start off with just saying that I believe strongly in this company and the future of this company after doing quite a bit of research over the last week, about a week, and I am fully committed to this stock long term. I truly believe that this could be, you know, a huge run up in the future. But uh, what do they say? I'm not a financial advisor, but hopefully today I'll be able to show you what I've learned and why I believe that Dragonfly Energy, or DFLI, has a lot of potential in the future. Um, so just starting off on their website, you know, they claim and have proven that they are a leader industry in the lithium ion battery industry with their solid state lithium ion battery that happens to be uh, more efficient for deep cycle life. That means more life cycles per battery or per cell, and they what do I want to say here? Well, they say they're non-flammable, which I believe they're non-flammable because they don't have the acid uh, conductor, and that's what kind of makes them great. But if we scroll down to their website, the evolution of Dragonfly, first deep cycle life started in 2014, sold 10,018, secured first OEM customer in 2018, grows product line with Game Changer 3.0 battery in 21, and then continuing in 21, they expanded into a 100,000 square foot facility, which is an absolute massive facility that with right optimization could produce a lot of batteries in the future. And then in 22, they partnered up with Keystone RVs to put their batteries in the RV. So already they have two customers two customers already. REV Vehicles of Life, Keystone RV Companies. Then they partnered up with Wakespeed, leader in alternator regulators, to help regulate their batteries in storage facilities, such as like solar power or wind turbines or literally anything that needs to hold storage in, or energy storage. That's what they partnered up with to regulate that. And then 2022, Thor makes a 15 million strategic investment in them. And then here's a big one. In 2022, they partnered up with Packard, which is heavy-duty trucking industry. They make Kenworths and two other semis, but so their batteries are being implemented in those for higher efficiency idle times and better fuel economy overall. And then back in 2022, they listed on the NASDAQ. And then 2023, they partnered up with Airstream. So their batteries are going to be in Airstream RVs as well. And then here's a big one. In 2023, they were awarded the patent for the dry electrode manufacturing process, so the solid state battery of the lithium ion. And then in also 2023, they expand operations into Indiana locations. So now they have two facilities that they can make batteries in. So they are ready for mass production of batteries in the future. And then 2023, Battleborn All Electrics APU introduced. 2024, they sold over 300,000 batteries. And 2024 again, they did a licensing deal with Striton Energy, which I should look a little bit more into, but if I had to assume, that licensing deal is something to do with their solid state battery as well. Their solid state battery patent is huge, because if you take other companies such as Intel, they created the x86 format, and they were able to patent and license that out to other companies. I think they only licensed it out to like 3 or 4 companies, but that is a huge profit for them, but also creates competitors, which is good for the industry. Coming into looking at their charts, today they're sitting at 107. They are actually kind of on the low compared to the last month. You know, they peaked out at 273 back in October 15th with recent news that came out, which I'll be getting into. So they have significantly dropped down, which I believe is good for everybody that wants to get in at the current moment. And I really wish, you know, as you can see in this corner, I'm down almost $600, but I almost can guarantee I'm going to be making that back and more with time. I'm not worried about it. But probably about a month ago, if I can go back into my history, I found Dragonfly Energy on the daily stock movers. They went up from like 15 cents to like 28 cents. It was a huge percentage change. And I bought 4,000 shares at like 28 cents. And I seriously wish I would have held them. Yes. So I was buying shares at 28 cents. And I wish I would have held, because I would already have had a 5-bagger company, right? If not more, if I would have sold at the peak. But so with the recent news, a little over a week ago now, is re-sparked my interest into this company. And the more and more I got into it, the more and more I started to believe in it. So the recent news on October 15th was a debt restructuring deal that they partnered up with a bank. They sold 36 million shares of common stock at $1.35 per share with additional pre-funded warrants, and raised $51.7 million. And those proceeds are designated to debt repayment, working capital, and investments in battery technology. And the debt prepayment was $45 million of the outstanding term loan, and their debt was 64 million. So that left them with, what is that, like 20 something million, I believe. But and then of debt, right? And then we go to the preferred stock insurance. Dragonfly Energy issued 25 million in newly created Series B preferred stocks to its lenders. These preferred stocks can be converted into common stock at the price of $3.15 per share. So there's already a base support level of $1.35 per share. But then they also have a conversion rate of these Series B stocks at 315. So there's a good level of potential profits there already, and I can almost guarantee you those people that are holding the Series B stocks aren't gonna convert those into cash because they're at 315, right? They already know that they're gonna be above in the future. Maybe not right now, but in the future, this company is going to be potentially worth a lot more. And then principal forgiveness, there's $5 million of that debt forgiven, so that leaves them down to $17 million in debt, which is their new term loan. So already their debt has significantly decreased from just a month ago. Now they only owe $17 million, and it has been restructured in the terms with a 12% interest rate, which is a really high interest rate. So they're going to want to pay this down as quick as possible. So if Dragonfly Energy can get zero debt across the board, completely start processing these batteries on purely income-focused, profits and revenue and margins and stuff like that. But so the debt was a big indicator of why this stock started to go down, because their revenue growth wasn't keeping up with the debt. But now their debt has dramatically diminished, and I believe that this is great news for the company as long as they continue to stay with low level debt, and their profit and their revenue continues to grow. And along with the recent news of this debt restructuring program, they also announced that their revenue growth has increased, I think, 25% this year. So that's great news. And, we want to see that year over year, and that would be amazing for this company if they can continue to hold that. Investors consideration, potential dilution of shares, because they did issue a lot of shares for this debt restructuring, but that also holds a standard of price that should hold for, until really good news of this company comes off, they start taking off. Improved financial health. The restructuring is aimed to enhancing the company's financial flexibility and liquidity, significantly reduces its outstanding debt and interest payments, which could be viewed positively, which I do view it positively. And continued challenges. Despite the restructuring, analysts note that the company still faces significant financial challenges, such as ongoing losses and high leverage. These factors weigh heavily on the analysis rating. Volatility. The company's stock has been significantly volatile, with recent gains followed by a downtrend. The long-term impact of the restructuring stock's stability remains to be seen. Truly, I do believe that they're going to hold above $1 because they just regained NASDAQ compliance, and now they're kind of like on a probation period for the next year. So they need to hold that dollar rating for at least a year to get off that probation period. And I'm fairly certain that they're going to, because they have big banks invested into it now. They're not just in debt to them. The banks are invested for the long term with this company now. Here's a little article I read yesterday on them. There was a key point on here. Let me find it. Where was it? Oh yes, the company is issuing another 25 million of newly created. Oh, I already read that on the on the AI analysis. Um, yeah, the Series B stocks will carry a 8% annual cash dividend and a 2% annual dividend payable in kind. Lenders have agreed not to convert the preferred stock for 6 months following the insurance. In connection with prepayment, the lenders have agreed to forgive $5 million remaining principal and outstanding principal. Okay, I've basically already gone over this. My next bullish thesis on Dragonfly Energy is the whole lithium-ion battery industry. Right now, or I'll just read this, the lithium-ion battery industry is experiencing explosive growth, projected to grow from an estimated 107 billion in 2024 to over 578 billion in 2032, with a compound annual growth rate of 23.22%. So with that just being said, that's a 5 or 4x growth within the next 7 years. This company is currently valued, or market cap, at 130 million, with over $400 billion being allocated or being put into lithium-ion batteries in the next 7 years. This company has a huge potential to gain market share of the lithium-ion battery industry. So I see this company in the future possibly 10xing within those 7 years. And that's why I believe today and the future of this company is very bullish and a great buy. And that is also reflected on stock analysis, with analyst forecast of average price target of DFLI at 150, which is a 43.54% higher than the current price. The consensus rating is a strong buy, and revenue growth over the 5 years is forecasted at 35%. That's just projected. If they get more partnerships with companies, that revenue growth could skyrocket. And if you truly do believe in the solid state lithium ion battery that they have based their company around, they will be the leading battery manufacturer, or potentially one of them. If they could go two ways. They can license it out to big battery manufacturers to get to just really make the whole world and lithium ion battery industry more efficient, or they could kind of try and hold this patent for themselves and try and gain as much market share as possible. Both are extremely bullish, because if they license the patent, that means there's annual income coming in with no expenditures. But if they try to gain, I think the best play is probably to do both: create competition, but also gain a lot of market share. Overall, I'm not the only one that thinks that DFLI is bullish, and I'm not the only one that thinks that there is a lot of potential and opportunity in this stock. So I highly encourage everybody to do their own research on this company before you buy in. But just know hopefully you see this, and hopefully you're one of the very first people that get in on it before all the hype that comes around it, because there will be at some point a lot of hype around this company. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day and enjoy the rest of the year and the potential profits that come with it. Have a good day.